Hello guys, I am Agafor and welcome back to 30 tips, this time for the long awaited DayZ 0.57. But because there are so many changes in 0.57, I'm going to be making two tips videos for this patch. One right now and another that I'm preparing for this Wednesday, meaning you guys are going to get a nice pair of my juicy tips in your face to gobble up. Enough foreplay, let us begin. When getting into a V3S, if you press F at the right times, you can start the V3S without using the scroll wheel at all. This doesn't work with the cargo V3S, and this technique has been dubbed F'ing up your V3S. On top of getting a fuel leak when you crash your V3S, a V3S will be nearly undrivable when your two front tyres are destroyed. Drive safety, guys. The V3S has been limited to 65 km per hour, down from 75, and zombies will cause all manner of issues with your V3S, so avoid them as much as possible. Zombies can now be crippled even while hitting them in the head somehow, and spinal fracture now finally regenerates while you are healthy. Anything in your hands during 0.57 can cause a bug that makes your hands unusable. The only way to fix this is to re-log. This bug is caused by climbing ladders or getting in a V3S with something in your hands. Worms can now be dug out of the ground with any knife. This only works on grassy textures, however. A torch can now be crafted by combining a wooden stick and rag or a wooden stick and lard. This torch has a lifetime which can be renewed by adding resin to it from any tree. Sadly, you cannot melt people's faces with it. Fires can now be lit with a hand drill. A hand drill is crafted from bark and a wooden stick. Birch bark cannot be used to craft a hand drill. Bark can now be gathered from nearly every tree when using a knife on it. The long wooden sticks can also be gathered from all trees now. The long wooden stick works exactly like the ashwood stick used to, but in 0.57 you can decraft the bow and fishing rod into its original components. If you're struggling to find rope in this patch, you can craft improvised rope by combining two full stacks of rags together. This rope works exactly the same as normal rope. The longwood stick can be used in cooking by dragging meat or vegetables onto the stick and posing it over a lit fireplace. It takes around 1 minute to cook food and around 1 minute after that for it to burn. Cooking vegetables or fruits in stable is useless at the moment, as you cannot get seed like you did in experimental. Furthermore, cooking vegetables or fruits actually reduces how much energy they give you. Seed packets no longer display a number, instead you open the packet to get the seeds, but the zucchini packet doesn't seem to be in stable. You can, however, cut seeds out of vegetables and fruits in this patch. The pumpkin is now 3x3 but can be cut into 3 slices and restores a good amount of energy. You also get 20 seeds by doing this. Gas canisters now have a percentage and run out fairly quickly when cooking with them, but sadly the frying pan doesn't cook anything in this patch. Placing gas canisters and spray paint inside a fireplace will no longer cause it to explode like in previous patches. Armbands can be crafted with one rag now, but can also be decrafted, making for one near immortal rag that may just save your life. Around 10 roadblocks have been added to many roads around Chernobyl. These are V3S death traps, as I discovered recently. These towns and cities have a new school building which now, thankfully, spawns loot. In these school buildings you will find an abundance of pants, mainly hunter pants, which have a great new texture for each season. These pants, along with the newly added hunter jackets, make for some of the best camo currently in game. Apples now give you 200 energy up from 69, making them a much better choice to gather compared to red berries that only give you 70 energy. Canned peaches now give you around 324 energy, down from 1300 rip peaches, but tactical bacon gives you 1360 energy, up from 104 energy. It's time to go tactical. The cash stand scope is in and attaches to any gun that allows the attachment of the PSO1 scope. Its magnification is slightly lower than that of the ACOG. The SVD is in and spawns exclusively at Russian helicopter crash sites, along with its magazine spawning in general military locations. The SVD is the most accurate gun in game and fires very fast, but comes with plenty of recoil to boot. Field of view can no longer be adjusted as much as before, making the default field of view fairly shallow. On top of this, scopes are no longer affected by field of view. GG devs. The UMP45, VSS, Red 9 and corresponding attachments and magazines or clips are not spawning in stable 0.57 along with oil barrels. These gatehouses are now enterable but don't spawn any loot inside. However, a huge amount of military loot can be found on the steps, even SVD mags.
Bonus tap!
Running over zombies in 0.57 will reward you with that zombie doing the robot. Robot zombies confirmed. I haven't really come to a summary of 0.57 yet, as I'm still exploring the vast amount of changes that have been applied in this patch, but so far I am enjoying it, and it's without question much more enjoyable than 0.55 ever was, especially with the spinal fracture changes. So if you drop DayZ in 0.55, it's well worth coming back to try out this new patch. I will include a patch summary in part 2 of 30 tips for 0.57. Thank you for watching. Part 2 is coming this Wednesday, and I will see you in the next video.